Hello YouTube. Today I thought I'd give you some of my thoughts on the iPhone 7. So I've been an Android user for as long as I've used smartphones, and um, the one I had it was this little Alcatel phone, and if you're lucky, maybe 80 photos on it or something like that, and maybe a video if you're lucky, maybe a couple of videos. That might be an exaggeration, but seriously, about 80. Um, and it was slow, and it was all this kind of thing. I didn't use it for an awful lot. When I go out, I like to, plug in headphones and listen to a bit of YouTube maybe, but, it was something that wasn't a huge thing in my life, the whole smartphone thing. And the camera wasn't great quality or any of that anyway. Storage was very low. And then finally, I tried to transfer to this Samsung phone, which wasn't exactly one of the latest versions at all either, but still a way better phone. And then I thought, well, I could give this to somebody else, and then I could invest in an iPhone because it'd be nice to try. And people seem to be very happy with iPhones. My sister has one, and she's always been very happy with it. What I didn't actually realize was, because I just never really looked into it, was that the these devices, this is an incredible device. This should last over a decade, well over a decade, functionality-wise, But what normally happens with iPhone devices is that the iOS thing comes out, and then you kind of need to update. Well, you don't have to, but if you do, then your device gets slower, and basically iPhones become obsolete. Not saying that there isn't loads of trouble with Android and all of this, and the security is amazing on Apple. But I wanted to give you some of my own thoughts on what I thought when I did go in and buy this phone. Now, bear in mind that this is the iPhone 7, so it was released in 2016. 2016 it came out, about October, November, around that time. And this is not a new iPhone by any means. I didn't consider it worth blowing that much money on a smartphone. But I researched the phones before getting it, and I thought this is the right one for me. The price is okay. I got a refurbished one, so refurbished. This is what this is. And my gosh, I am really impressed by it, I must say. So basically what happened was, I got it online. It came to me, it only included the charger and the phone itself, and that's it. You don't get the headphones and the little adapter for the headphones, because of course this was the phone that kind of modernized things in the sense that it didn't have a headphone jack. So it didn't have that little thing up there for your headphones to go in. It goes in here, or you have AirPods, or whatever they call them. The wireless earphones. So that was one of the... That for me, that wasn't really an issue. I just plugged them in here. True, you can't sort of listen to tunes and charge your iPhone at the same time. I don't know, coming out the bottom here might be a bit awkward, but you can slip upside down as well. This is a very sort of versatile device. And I thought it was also right for me because of the size as well, because the 7 Plus is quite a bigger phone. It has got a better camera, but this camera is damn good. The speakers are amazing on it. The phone is amazing. All right, so let's get you a little look at this anyway. I don't know if some of you might even be iPhone users, and any thoughts would be really welcome down in the comments. You flick it on, and that's the other thing is, right, you with this Touch ID. I hadn't even heard of that really. I think with somebody's... I had sort of vaguely heard about it, but I didn't know it was kind of a thing. It's like, you simply just have to go like that, and it'll take you straight into your device, because, only I can do that, because it's, when you set up your iPhone, then and that's what you do. You must, well, you don't have, I don't know if you, and there is also a code, but it's not a PIN number, it's 6 digits, so you do have to put in 6 digits. So, there's just great quality, there's the security. This has got 32 gigabytes of, RAM storage space. Excuse me if my terminology isn't quite correct on these things. But I've been getting more into using the smartphone because the little Alcatel thing wasn't worth really using an awful lot. I just go for the laptop. But this is extremely versatile. It can go in your pocket. It can keep up with all your social media and all of that kind of thing. So I mean, some of the pictures, for example, I mean, that's, I don't know if the camera's going to focus very well, but trust me, it's a lot better quality than my previous phone. Those kind of pictures, they're sort of, it's. Let's see if we can get you a few more here, but it's quite amazing. I mean, and all the things you can play around with on it as well. And I just thought this is just a huge jump from my other one. Okay, and of course you can play around an awful lot with the photos, and especially if it's Instagram, which would be the case with the other Android phones. And I'm not, by the way, telling people Androids suck and all this. No, I'm just saying the one I had was a very kind of amateur Android. Now the Galaxy nowadays is a great competitor for Apple, and yeah, my brother was kind of saying his one will last a lot longer because the iPhone will become my iPhone will become obsolete, and he has a point. I mean that's up for debate. I mean, but I could see what he was kind of getting on to me with that. Okay, and then your apps work snazzy and fast. Oh yes, and of course, you have this little virtual assistant that everybody loves, Siri. Okay, so
I didn't quite get that.
What is the weather for today?
The weather's looking grand today. Up to 21 degrees.
What is 0 divided by 0?
Imagine that you have 0 cookies and you split them evenly among 0 friends. How many cookies does each person get? See, it doesn't make sense. And Cookie Monster is sad that there are no cookies. And you are sad that you have no friends.
Not only that, but then it'll show you that it'll prove to you on the calculator that 0 divided into 0 is indeterminate. Okay, that's what it says. So, and there's all kinds of fun things you can ask it. You can say, I'm your father, and it'll do a big Luke Skywalker spiel, and you can say things like, what is Inception about, and it'll say like, about dreaming, I fell asleep, and all that kind of thing. But you can ask really useful stuff as well, of course. And all I need to say is like, YouTube. Boom, and up comes YouTube. You can simply just, you can talk to it, and that's, it'll take you to, it'll take you straight into the YouTube app, and it's a huge upgrade from what I've been used to, and I'll be talking. I mean, people will. I haven't even scratched the surface, of course. I'm just kind of giving my initial impressions, really, of how I've only had this a couple of days, and already it's made a big difference in my life. So it's quite amazing. And I mean, then like, if the camera is already amazing, you can already do loads of stuff with your pictures and all of that. But then like, if you go into like Instagram and you sort of you're actually getting onto like more pictures and whatever, then it'll show you can customize them. So it's like there's so much you can play around with on the photos as well, and you can have a great lot of fun on Instagram if you like messing around with photos and putting photos up and all of that kind of thing. Yeah, and let me just see if I can get to my thing here. Maybe not. Where are my pictures? Okay, finally, here we go. I like that one, for example, just my bro there sitting on the couch. And you can do an awful lot with the sharpness of the pictures, I'll go to the black and white, all of this. Now, of course, that's something, and there we go, that's another cool little picture. I'll try and show you. I mean, it's quite hard to see all these things on the screen, but there's a great lot of sharpness in that picture, and the quality of the camera is really what I'm blown away with. The speed of the device, the smoothness, the kind of sleekness, snazzy. You got this Siri that's there to help you out and all of that kind of thing, and and so I've been enjoying kind of learning about it and all of that kind of thing. So if anybody enjoyed this video, let me know, give it a thumbs up, and give me some of your thoughts on iPhones if you like. It is quite a trendy topic to talk about. So I may see you in further videos, technically relative, relative to do the technology. Okay, all right, guys, peace out. Thanks for watching that one.
Thank you.